We're back out with the AEA Harpoon. This time the Harpoon is in a double barrel 12 gauge shotgun configuration. We have two smoothbore 12 gauge barrels, but unfortunately these ones aren't rocking the choke. We'll just have to see how well this goes today. If we need to follow up, I'm gonna grab those choked barrels and we'll see how those work. A big thank you to Tom at Bluegrass Big Bore for sending out this AEA Harpoon for me to try out today. Now, I have a variety of shotgun shells to try out, and some I'm gonna be loading myself into these little shell holders. I'm gonna be manually loading those in there. In this video, we're gonna head down range and just get started. If you're looking for more information on this AEA Harpoon, I have two separate videos that I'm gonna link in the pinned comment. The first video covers the basis of the Harpoon, and the second one has a little bit extra on the reloading process. So if you're interested in that, it's down below. To start things off, we're just gonna be using these slug holders to build the shotgun shells technically. If you remember my Zeus video where I was muzzle loading shot, we're gonna take these little shot wads. So I'm gonna put one in the bottom since there's a hole. I don't want the shot falling out. Then I still have these little paint cups, 1/2 ounce of shot in each one. So one of these little slug holders will have 1/2 an ounce of shot in it. Then once we're done with that, shot card goes on. We're sealed up. Let's see how this works out. 5 yards first, then we'll do 10 and then 15. And then I might throw in a double blast. 1/2 ounce, number 7 shot. AEA Harpoon, 5 yards. I'd say that's pretty tight. Let's go back to 10. Same exact thing, 10 yards. Pretty solid coverage at 10 yards. Let's go back to 15. That was actually pretty comical. The shot card hitting the right target in the bullseye on the head was pretty spectacular. I think this is probably the max range for my loaded shot. We're gonna have to try the Texomas out right after this. Let's do a double blast at 15 yards. That was my first failure with a Harpoon cartridge. I'd say that's a pretty decent hit on it. I'm surprised it fizzled out like the Defender did. Take 2. I'm not sure what happened. The hole piercing through that burst disc was no different than the other ones, so let's just pretend this is the first attempt. With a double blast, similar to 10 yards, decent coverage I'd say. Let's step it up to Texoma's shot shells. Up next, Texoma Precision Pellet, number 8 shot. Let's try these out. Now, my only concern for this is whether or not these actually open up. We had some issues with the Zeus rounds that I was using previously, so I'm hoping this new design opens up. 5 yards. Okay, so right now, it's still acting like a slug. Let's go back to 10 yards, see if it opens up. 10 yards, I'm gonna do that same target since it didn't open. As a slug, it's gonna be powerful. And it's pretty accurate, but we're gonna have to step back and see if it opens up. Okay, I'm still at 10 yards. There's a little bit of glue on these shells. I picked it apart, separated the top from the bottom. I think this should definitely open up. We'll do the same target, considering it just has 2 .72 caliber holes through it right now. Hell yeah. 15 yards, see how this goes, then double blast. I had both of those separated with the glue. I'm surprised that one didn't open. I'm gonna have to do 2 more shots. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. A little bit of like glue or something there. You just twist it. Now this top piece can separate. So let's retry that. We're back. 15 yards, same target. I don't know. Just my luck, I guess. I'll go back to 30 yards and just see if this opens up. Second target from the right. Second failure of the Harpoon cartridge. I don't know what's going on. I've never had a single failure till today. Take two. Still not opening up with the glue removed. Maybe if this had the chokes, it would kind of like, I don't know, compress the wad and then break it apart. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Let's move on to the next shot shells. For this next one, we're gonna be starting at 30 yards. We're using 375 grain hollow skirt slugs. Let's do that. Third target on the right. Aim for center bullseye. See where it lands. All right, so the second shot was much closer to where I anticipated. Let's do two more. Same test, 375 grain slugs. Got the chronograph out this time. Let's aim for top middle headshot. Third target on the right. My third failure today with the Harpoon. I don't know what's going on. 401 feet per second. This time we're loaded up with 480 grain slugs. The velocity is going to be terrible, I would imagine. Let's go for that far right target. We'll do the center bullseye. .372 feet per second. I really like flipping this switch. We almost took out the bullseye, but that other shot's not as tight as I'd like it to be. This time we're using Texoma Precision Pellet number 4 shot shells, 5 yards away. No separation from the wad here. I did remove the glue. We're at 10 yards now. Same target. Last try, number 4 shot, 15 yards. After this, I have some other shells I'm gonna try out. All right, that demands a double blast. 15-yard double blast with number 4 shot from Texoma Precision Pellet. From the looks of it, we had one that opened and one that stayed as a slug. As I said, the slug is going to contain a ton of power. It's just not spreading like it's supposed to. Let's wrap up the grouping test. We're back at 5 yards here. We're going to do another set. Want to try out these. These are just like little hollow casings. I filled these with number 7 shot. I want to say there's probably about 1 ounce in here. Not 100% sure, but it's probably close to 1 ounce. Now, these things are way too expensive. I think they were like $2 a piece just for the shell. Not friendly when it comes to cost. Let's go for that target on the far right. I guess they patterned pretty well because that was really tight. Let's go to 10 yards. 10 yards, same shell. Let's do this second target on the right. Actually, I'm an idiot. I just did a double blast at 5 yards. We are reloaded, switched back to single fire. Let's do that second target on the right. I have to say, these things are pretty sweet so far. 15 yards, here we come. Let's do that first target on the left, 15 yards. I'm gonna aim a little bit above the bullseye, a little bit below neckline. That was dramatic. I'm surprised that hooked far right on that. And I'd repeat this again, but I only have like 1 or 2 of these left and I want to save it for one more test. So let's move on. I lied. I found 2 more, so I have 4 of these left. 10 pizza pans, point blank, number 7 shot. AEA Harpoon.
Great ass!
I probably should have been wearing my protective mask. I must have counted one of the slug holders as one of the shot shells. Last 2 shots, double blast, watermelon, point blank. Effective. let's try out those slugs from Texoma Precision Pellet, wrap up with that, and see how well they penetrate. We have Texoma Precision Pellets, number 4 shot loaded. Let's try this out. Pan number 3. Pan number 2. First one. So that one definitely acted more of like a slug. Did not open up. I didn't touch the glue on it. I just left it whole. Wanted to see what would happen. Let's try out those other 2 slugs though. 375 grain slug is first. Fourth pan. Third. Second. First. 3 pans total. Fourth one partial. Slug is recovered. A little banged up on the end. Front's rounded pretty nicely. I only put 7 pans in there, 480 grain. I don't think it's gonna make it through as far. I'm actually kind of surprised. Pan number 1, 2, 3. This fourth one, I don't know if you can see it. There's a little bit of light coming through here. Hey. And that's gonna wrap things up with this AEA Harpoon featuring dual smoothbore 12 gauge shotgun barrels. If you want to see this brought out in more videos, please let me know. I would love to hear the feedback. This video might have been a little bit on the boring side because we mostly did patterning tests, but I feel like that's something that we had to do first time that this was brought out, because otherwise you'd have no idea what to expect. And now we have a pretty decent idea of what to expect. I'm surprised the shot shells that I loaded manually into the sleeve actually worked as well as they did. It wasn't incredible range, but they worked pretty decent. When those Texoma Precision shot shells opened up, those did really well too. We had some inconsistencies whether or not they would open or stay as a slug, regardless of whether or not I removed that glue. I'm hoping with the choked barrels, the extra constriction will help separate the halves, and hopefully we'll see better results. They patterned pretty decent for not having a choke. Just the smoothbore, no complaints there. But I'd like to see more consistency in having those actually open and spread apart. So I'll leave you off with that. See ya.